Hello class, welcome to Income Tax Accounting, Accounting 203 for the spring semester. We're glad to have you, and I just wanted to spend some time trying to make sure that you know where to find everything on our course website, and just to make sure you understand kind of what is expected in income tax accounting this semester. So our website has the things that you most need across the top. The content, discussions, the drop boxes where you'll turn in your assignments, quizzes, and your grades and email. That, and of course you can come back home. So those are the things that you, with one click, can go to here at the top. This is our news feed. This is where I will keep you abreast of things that are changing, what's due. You have my contact information, just a little bit about myself. As you notice, I'm a CPA. I live in Leola. I've been teaching at HAC and online for, in the classroom and online for a couple of decades now, and also do quite a few tax returns as well as a business. So try to keep it as real life as we can. So that's a little bit about myself. The calendar is down here with things that are coming up that are due, and you can also look at the content this way. The content browser is down here as well as up here. Now you won't see all the content yet because I release it on a weekly basis when you look at it. All right, but I do want you to know what we're doing are kind of our assignments. Basically, the idea is that under content, you will find my explanation of the things that are going on. We're supposed to learn from the textbook and in class. So, in the place to start, there is an introduction discussion forum. There is a syllabus. There is a link to the textbook or purchasing the textbook. I apologize, but I believe that the only way you're going to be able to get the textbook is e-text this semester. If that's a problem, let me know. But there is some issues with publication of this textbook. And so we're going to have to live with that for the time being, at least. Some other helpful links if you need that here in the place to start, technical help. I've also got a section, or the tax forms. We're going to go over and show you how to prepare tax returns using the fill-in forms. These are PDF forms directly from the IRS website. Any that are not here you can find on the website. If you need the Adobe Acrobat Reader, you can get it here. That allows you to do this. It's free, so you don't have to have Adobe Acrobat. You just have to have the reader to be able to fill in the forms. Something about forms when you're going to submit them, what you need to do is download the form, save it, the blank form, then fill it in, then save it again, then you can upload it for assignments. That tends to minimize the problems of getting it all filled out and then not, when you save it, the material's not there. But it's also a good idea to check to see if you are, if the stuff on your form stayed there when you saved it. Now, the other section here, the next content piece, we're going to learn to do some tax research. There's no way to learn all the rules, but I want you to be able to know how to find some of that. So there's some slides here. There's a video to talk about how to do research. There's links to the IRS website where you can do research. There's a discussion topic where you can ask questions if you're having trouble. There's an example of what a professional tax memo should look like, and that's how you will turn in your research assignments. So look at that carefully, use it as a template for your research, at least as far as completing it and turning it in. There is some explanation of how to use the IRS website to do tax research, how to use a tool from CCH, and there is a link to the United States Tax Court. As we go further into the semester, we will have to look up tax court decisions. This is when the court decides how the tax law should be applied. If you need a tax court case and you can't find it on CCH or the IRS website, then chances are you can find it at the United States Tax Court site, where you can search by topic and name and so forth. All right. So that's the tax research module. And then we'll get right into chapter 1, where we have the slides, my explanation videos, an example video, and then the quiz. The quiz is each week. There is one or more quizzes on the material that we're covering. This is to get you familiar. These are true, false, multiple choice questions. You have 10. You have only 13 minutes to complete the quiz. You get 3 tries. So take advantage of all 3 tries. You get only the highest score is retained and counts on your grade. So the computer chooses from the questions randomly. So you may get this question the second time, depending on how it works. And there is usually an explanation of the answer down at the bottom as you look over your quiz, so you can learn from any mistakes you make. So take the quizzes, give yourself time, make yourself some notes in your textbook prior, or make bookmarks in your e-text so that you can find things easily, because you can use your textbook when you're taking the quiz. You can have it open. You can have notes, you can use whatever resources you need to answer the questions, but you have a time limit. Okay? And then homework is assigned inside each Dropbox. For the homework is a list of the problems at the back of the chapter that you need to answer. So your idea is you're going to answer those questions using the textbook, whatever materials you need, and then post your answers to the Dropbox. Show your work, show how you got your answers, because you're going to want to learn from that. And then once you've done that, you'll be able to view a podcast explanation of the answers from myself. Then you're going to compare your answers to my answers and make any corrections you need and put it back in the Dropbox. So the homework's due on Saturday, the corrections are due on Monday. All right, this is where you'll do the research question. You'll have a Dropbox. You'll click on it. You'll see the instructions for that research assignment. You'll reference back to this section or the module about doing tax research if you need to. You'll find your answers. You'll put them in a tax memo format, and then you'll submit it to the Dropbox. Homework and research questions due on Saturday. All right, with corrections on the homework due Monday. If you have questions about the chapter, you have a discussion board, please feel free to ask any questions you need. And then we go on to the future weeks the same way. Our tests will come at the end of chapter 6 and chapter 12, and at the end of the course. They will all be take home. You will also complete tax returns. So during the week of the exam, you'll also do separate tax return assignments where you will complete not just one form, but the whole needed tax return for a client using the fill-in forms, and you'll submit it in the Dropbox. So this is very hands-on, very up to date. There were a lot of changes to the tax law for 2018, which is, this is the first time that we've utilized those up-to-date changes in this class. So that's where some of the challenges with the textbook came, is the changes to the tax law. Where that's necessary, I have made any needed corrections in my PowerPoint slides and in my explanation, but you'll you'll need to look at those carefully as you also read the textbook. All right, so we're here to help, and we want you to learn tax law this semester. It is not simple, but it can be learned, and we just want to know where to find the answers and how to find the answers. Don't try to memorize all of them. Learn some of the important things, the things you use over and over again, but the rest you'll just look up when it's needed, and you'll just need to know the basic, where to find things. So, questions, you know how to find the answers by asking questions on the discussion board. If you have more personal questions, feel free to email me up here. All your grades will be posted here. Within 48 hours of you turning in assignments, I'll have everything graded and your feedback available. So I will also get back to your questions at least in 48 hours, most likely in less than 24 hours, especially during the week. Maybe a little slower on the weekends. Thank you and good luck.